Hi everybody, welcome to Kate Space, welcome to my channel. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs, and today I want to share with you my Sam Poole design team project. So it is my turn to do the design team project based on a collaboration between Jaizella from Lavish Laces and Sam Poole using the Garden Memories digital kit in her shop. So I will link Jaizella, Lavish Laces down below, and also Sam Poole. Now I've used a mixture of kits, prominently or primarily the Garden Memories, which is what we were asked to use, and then I've also used other kits. I will do my best to link them below. If there's something you see and you want to know where it is, you can just simply ask me in the conversation in the box below. Now, we were sent a really beautiful selection of laces and trims by Jaizella, and you know what, it was quite thrilling for me because living in New Zealand we very rarely get this opportunity because we live so far away and postage can be quite prohibitive. And so when Jaizella said she would still send me a parcel of goodies, I was absolutely thrilled. And of course you will have seen everybody else's video by now. I think I'm the last person in the team to do a video. So yeah, I have used almost everything that she sent. I think there may be one or two laces that I didn't actually use. There were some pink things and I have used no pink pretty much. I think there's one little tiny bit of pink in this journal, so I didn't use the pink. I used all the white. I did a little bit of tea dyeing and things like that. So yeah, thank you so much. Go to Jaizella's shop and have a look. My favorite, like Sarah Lee also said, was the vintage grab bag, which had some beautiful, just really old laces. And of course this is my favorite, this one here, and the little piece that was like a cuff, which I have used sparingly and I still have some left. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I have loved using all those beautiful laces, and I tried to just really showcase those and obviously the digital, Sam's digitals in this journal. So for the first time I have made a dangle or tassel. My sister and I sat together on video messaging and she helped me make this. She's made one before and I haven't. So in here everything is from Jaizella except for the seam binding and these pearls, and obviously these are some vintage chandelier crystals and some charms and things. So yeah, so the blue and the grey lace there. I used a little bit of the silver rickrack because I thought I wanted to try and incorporate that, the lovely white floral lace, and I've stuck these little really gorgeous sort of little fabric flowers on there. And yeah, so this comes off, it's on one of those lobster claw things, so it's completely removable, and yeah, you could take it apart or do whatever you want with it, take it and put it somewhere else. But so what's left on here is a jump ring that goes through the spine, as you can see there, I think, and this is Tim Holt's gem thing that I've used, and that's what it clips to. So that's that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures, a pretty big wide spine, about a 5 centimeter spine, and about 160 pages in here. There's beads on the strings, on 3 of the 5 sets of signature strings. It's a hidden binding, but not hollow back, it's glued into the spine, and there's lots of beads and charms, and I've got this vintage velvet ribbon making up these tabs, so it's held closed with a seam binding. Now she got real fat real fast, and you know I prefer it if my journals aren't really straining the spine, so I have taken a whole lot of stuff out, and even so it still looks like this. I don't know. Anyway, I've taken a whole lot of stuff out which I will send along with the journal. So the front, I've used this photo, which is a cabinet card. Look, I put it on and then I realised it's probably going to get a little bit scratched and damaged, but then I just kind of thought, oh well, the whole journal's got a sort of a shabby vintage sort of vibe to it, so I decided I wasn't going to worry. Here's that lovely piece of lace. I've used some, there's a little vintage millinery flower hidden in there, along with these more modern paper flowers. Some of the French book page that Jaizella sent us, and some of one of the digitals out of the garden memories, and then a big piece of lace at the back, and obviously this doily that wraps around, that's one of mine. So when we open her up, I made one of these postcard sort of sample lace things that I have made before. I'll link a video down below if you want to see, but this was inspired by a woman from Pinterest. And so this is stitched here, and all these are stitched, so you could take this apart if you wanted to. Behind here, this is actually the shabby doilies or vintage doily kit or something like that. And I made this tag, which is backed onto this crafts coloured braille paper. This is one of the photos out of the kit. And what I've done all the way throughout is I've used matte gel medium, and I have glued hydrangea flowers from the garden that I've pressed all throughout. Some of them have yellowed, and that may be because I picked them when they had been blooming for too long. Apparently you should pick your flowers if you're going to press them very early, as soon as they're open when they're very young, and that way you won't get as much discoloration. But again, it's part of the vibe, so I'm not too worried about it. And so up here is laces from some of the fabric there, some of the lace, a little rusty pin. And this here is actually this one here cut apart, so I've taken this little piece off, and you'll also see where I've used just the flowers as well elsewhere. Anyway, we need to move on. This flips open and there's some space for photos or journaling. I've made these velvet tabs throughout, which I've put some of the Lavish laces on and decorated and attached charms to. So here I've made a little pocket out of one of the pieces that was sent from Lavish Laces, and I've gone through and just used sort of a blue embroidery thread and made the dots on this fabric blue. Here is a little tag I've made using one of my little photos and a little tag from the kit. And this is one of the photos from the kit. I love this one because everyone looks happy. Again, here's another little flip thing. This is a photo from the kit, and this comes out of those photo corners, so you could replace it with a different photo. And some lace and a scrappy sort of piece from the kit. A little collage here on this book page. This book page is from one of my books. It's from the 1700s. This is something I fussy cut out of a 1800s sort of children's book. I think it might have been out of that Chatterbox book that I made the ephemera holder out of. And this is just some really lovely blue paper. I've turned the bottom of the brow paper up to make a pocket, and I've put a tag in here. This is from a different kit, but I love this image so much. I use it all the time. I'll have to link it below. I can't remember what it's from. And there's another little wee hydrangea flower there, a little pin with some lace on it. Oh, which is holding, this is some old ledger paper that I was given by Tracy J Designs. Some of the tatting, a book page, some little scrappies in here. A book page which I've done a little bit of collaging on, and I've used one of the labels. I just love this little picture, and actually this could be a tuck spot if you wanted it to be. Let me just grab something. You could put something little in there. I've just left it unglued, so you could either glue it down or yeah, but I'm not putting anything in there, we just can't. So I made this double pocket here. This is a big pocket here and a smaller pocket here made with some of the kit. And here is just some tea dyed or coffee dyed paper folded with one of the French old book pages that Jaizella sent with us. Now I had a little play with printing on some, what do you call it, overhead projector film. This is one that was given to me by Pauline. So if you're watching Pauline, it looks really cool. I love how it turned out. So it's kind of slightly, the overhead projector is kind of a yellowy colour. So it kind of looks old. And then when I did it, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. But anyway, I had a bit of a play. So yeah, I've done a stamp down here, as you can see. So I'm tucking that behind there. But I'm not putting anything in there. You can put something in there, obviously. But I'm trying to keep it a bit slimmer. So I made this. There's a video. I'll link it below of me making it. It's actually a way of adding extra journaling space, which this journal really doesn't need. But I made it with part of the kit, so I wanted to include it. And here's an old postcard. It hasn't got a date on it, but it's got this little wee house and these blue flowers. A joyous birthday. So that is in that envelope there. Some old wallpaper, really beautiful textured wallpaper, and this is some ledger from the 1800s, 1868. This is really old, and if you're really super sensitive to smells, it does have a bit of a smell to it. I don't mind the smell, but yeah, it's old, so yeah, it doesn't smell like smoke or anything like that. It just sort of, I don't know, smells old, I guess. But yeah, it's cool. It's got beautiful writing on it. I've left these there too. I mean, the thing is, if I had taken all these foldy bits out, that would have made it slimmer as well. But anyway, it is what it is. This is how it worked out. So yeah, here's the other side. We're turning the center of the signature. This is a little tag that's from another kit of just these tags that you fold over, and they create a double-sided tag. It's got another little hydrangea on it and some lace, and one of my library cards. I sell the library catalogue cards in my shop. Page from the kit with some ruffle there. This beautiful picture of a cottage garden. I love that. And then on the other side, I've done this Tim Holtz die cut with the roses, a little bit of lace under there, and another tag with a photo from the kit just layered up on this old music cover paper, which has got that lovely blue there. Some more braille paper, and another one of the overhead transparency pictures, which you can see it quite nicely against the white, and just an envelope that I've stamped on. And I would put some things in there, but I'm actually going to keep them separate. But you could put some of the stuff in there that I'm sending with you, with the book. Another little ruffle with some of the fabric on that 1700s paper, the other side of that kit page. And the next signature, we have a beautiful royal blue vintage velvet with a dangle that I've made with some glass beads. This is a beautiful music cover page, midst heather and wattle. And this is from the kit. This is an old French envelope, but sent to New Zealand from France. It's got French stamps on it, so I'm not sure of the age of it. It's pretty old, and it's been strengthened with some tissue at the back. This is from the kit, this kind of dark hydrangea ghosty picture, and this is a tag I've made, so it's a scrappy journal card, I guess, really sort of neutral, and it's got the beautiful vintage blank music score on the back, and again the hydrangeas and some little flowers stapled on there. If you're not allowed you know, plants and stuff from other countries into your country, then, you know, this has got a lot of hydrangea flowers in it. I had a little bit of a play with the watercolors. I was inspired by Heather from Rose Hill Cottage. She had done some lovely little watercolor stuff, so I had a little play with that to get the blues in. And this is a Tim Holtz strip. This is a check that I own. It's a French check, and I've just copied it both sides, and I've just folded that over for some color and some interest. This is a embossing folder I've got, which I used on this very plain, this is just kind of like a sketchbook paper. This is some more modern sort of accounting paper that I was given by a friend, but I like the blue and the white. A little collage here with some of the lace and some seam binding, and this is from a different kit at the back here. A little address book, some grid paper, and there's that old ledger. I had a little play again, Rose Hill Paper Cottage, thanks Heather, printing on some paper tape, and so that's what that is. I've printed on that sort of medical paper tape, micropore, and I've stuck this old letter in, and this flips up here and opens out. So yeah, I've just stuck that in. It's nice and thin. It's a bit of extra paper. And this opens out. So again, there's lots of extra paper. So again, it could be removed and then it would make the journal a lot smaller. Yeah, you can tell I've been watching lots of Heather's videos, because this was also something that she had done to add more journaling space to a journal. Not that this needs more journaling space, but anyway, I really love this concept. So I've just used some coffee dyed paper. There's some more hydrangeas down here, and I've added these 2 pockets here, and so that just sort of folds out, so you can either tear it up, you can use it to write on, but it wraps around a page and adds some interest, but it can be moved, and I kind of really liked that idea. So there is a tuck spot behind here. This is old book page. This is the French book page that Jaizella sent us, and I've put a piece of old New Zealand ephemera in here from 1947. Again, I did have something behind here, but I've taken it out. The old 1700s book page, the little note page, and then there's that beautiful hydrangea. The light is going very quickly, so I'm going to have to speed along. So there's the back of that music paper. Okay, so this is from the kit. Another tab with the velvet and some little dangle charms on there. Love this beautiful blue page. I included a hanky. I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones I got from France. And yeah, I've been hanging on to it. Some more of that blue ledger. Some more music page that says a memory, and this garden scene photo. Little collage, braille. I made this, and again, it doesn't have anything in it, but you can put something behind it, and it flips down. And I've used the picture from the kit and some of this Tim Holtz wallpaper, and it's an envelope, so you can put something in there. The only thing you need to remember is if you put something in there, you put it in upside down so that when it flips up, it's up the right way. So yeah, that's a bit of fun. I don't normally do flippy down things like that, but I had fun. That's clipped with a really rusty paper clip. So again, that's making rust marks, which I enjoy, but some people don't. Another little collage and more hydrangea flowers there from my garden. Oh, and this is clipped at the back, some lovely blue wallpaper from Lily. Another little hydrangea on this kit page here. And I love this one at this beautiful blue, and I think that might be from a different kit. Anyway, some new texture paste stenciling, some more of the watercolour. The centre spread. Now this one's not stuck down. I've done a little collage here with a New Zealand stamp, and this one is stuck down, so that's a pocket that's been stuck down, and there's the beads, the glass beads on the strings there. Watercolour, music, and then yeah, this is the other half of that, and that's that music paper. Again, it folds in, making it very wide at the mouth. That folds in as well. On here, I showed this on my Instagram. I had a lovely morning just stitching these lace samples to this hanky. It's pretty rudimentary. It's not fancy, just little cross stitches holding them on so they can all be removed and used in the journal if necessary. So on the back, you can see where I've stitched them, and I've left it like that. I'm not worried. I like how that looks. And that's the end of that signature. This is from a different kit, but I loved this plate and this the graphics here. I love this page so much. And this time we've got the lovely velvet royal blue velvet and a dangle on there. And this is also from a different kit as well. Some brown paper with some lace on it. Some more music page, but with the lovely blue on it and the grid. This is from the same book as the fussy cut at the front, Chatterbox from the 1800s. And that's just some beautiful old page and some of the music, blank music, manuscript, more watercolour, some more from the address book, some more of that lovely blue colour. And what I've done on that is I've printed on this side. So this is from the kit, and I've attached this old postcard because it was like had been ripped out of a maybe a scrapbook or something, so the back of it had gone. There was nothing nice on the back, so I've turned it into a little tuck spot and put an old New Zealand check from 1930, I think, yeah, 1930 in there. And so this is just that other side of that lovely sketch paper. Again, this is all folded in, so these all add bulk to the mouth of the journal. This is a copy from that Chatterbox book from the 1800s. I love the swan, and I have copied that onto tea-dyed paper, as you can see. And this is folded down at the top, but it can be torn off or made into a top tuck or something. I've done a little bit of stamping around the place with some of Sam Poole's stamps. Not a lot, just a little bit here and there. And this is the other part of that brown paper, and that opens out. It's got this little bit folded down with some texture paste. And this is a copy of something I have, one of those photochrome letter cards. So I've copied it, and inside I've put one of the photos from the kit with some old glassine over the top. And this comes out. It's just held in by these vintage photo corners. So yeah, I love how that turned out. And it's a great blue colour. Some ephemera, various ephemera. And this is some of the lace that I tea stained. Just made a top corner tuck there. And that's the end of that signature. A little cluster up here on the velvet ribbon tab on the wallpaper. Little rusty pin here. A doily. Lace belly band on the 1700s book page with some beautiful onion skin sort of ephemera in there. Another grid page. Here is some more of that beautiful fabric that was in the vintage grab bag. And again, I've done the little, all the little white dots, I've embroidered over them in blue. I don't know why, I just felt like it. So there's a little flip there. And again, I've threaded some of the seam binding through this lovely lace. And I've left the eyes here, so it was obviously a piece of clothing. And I just left the eyes because I thought that was kind of charming. And this is on some old 1800s blank ledger. Here I had a little play with Sam Poole's slide die. And again, this could be a tuck spot. And I've used the images. So I basically printed the Polaroids onto the overhead projector film. And here I've made just a little sort of tuck spot. And there's a little charm tied on there. So yeah, you can have something tucked in there. But I like the way you can see it on the white. So that's that. And on the back I have stamped onto some tracing paper and stuck that on. Here's some of the lace and a little sticker. Again, an image from the Chatterbox book from the 1800s. I've made a little flip here with some lovely watercolour card or paper that my sister has embossed for me. And this is some of the tape that I printed. So I printed something from the French greens onto the tape. And that's some more lovely sketch paper. This is from the kit. This is from the kit, I think. And this is from a different kit. And again, we've got our glass beads. But I love this image. I know they're not in the garden. But I just love the mum and the daughter at the piano. And yeah, some more of that lace which I've threaded the seam binding through. Some old paper. This is from the 1800s. It's the New Zealand Gazette, and I've just folded it because it's quite weak, so to make it a page, but it's actually joined onto that chatterbox page, so it's not folded. Sari trim frill and a stamp. The other side of that, 1880, but Wellington Building Society. And there we go. And we've got one of the Polaroids here, and I've just printed the date. I printed date on there. I made these a little bit bigger. Some stenciling, some lace on the pocket. It's a double pocket, and here's the only pink in the whole thing. One of those Tim Holtz things, just on a layered tag, which is backed onto some lovely light blue card. Love that. And yeah, there's the other part of the doily. Again, that folds out. So yeah, just so much paper in here. This is just a tiny wee tag that I made with scraps. I just love it. It's so cute. How adorable is that? Anyway, and there's the back of that. And again, you could, you know, I could have had something on here, and I did. I had so many things in here, but almost could have this little tag actually, because we took it out of the pocket because it was this little flower. So the thing with having the dimensional things in your book is they can cause a little bit of damage, but actually I think it'll be all right against there. Not sure where to put it actually. Anyway, so that's the back of the book. Again, I think that's the shabby doilies or vintage doily kit, and some lace through the center, and that is the end of this journal. She's big and chunky. She will be in my shop. I'm going away for the weekend, so I will put her in the shop on Monday, and I'll just put it up on my stories when she's in there. And then if anyone's interested, they can go to my shop and purchase her. Yeah, thanks so much. I actually do love how she turned out. I have been in a little bit of a creative slow spot, shall we say. A little bit of, yeah, just having a bit of a hard time. But I just kept working on it, and we got there in the end, and as she came together it became easier and easier. And I mean, it was just such a pleasure to work with these beautiful digitals and that beautiful lace. I mean, yeah, I've just tried to go to town with it, which, yeah, I think maybe I need to do something a little less fat. I think I will do maybe another couple of writing journals which fit inside the book. But yeah, some people do like these big fat journals, so yep, they have their place. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you will be safe and sound and have a wonderful weekend, a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.